Hello creation, I hope you're well. I'm not going to read anything out, I'm just going to tell you of something that happened when I was probably around about 19 or 20 years old maybe. I can't remember how old I was exactly, but at that time there used to be, it's not long, the building's still there, but it used to be a working men's club. And everybody used to moan about this working men's club, but they all used to go in there. And when it shut down, they all missed it, you know. It's one of those, isn't it? You moan about something and, you know, you don't miss it until it's gone. Anyway, this one particular night, there'd been these rumours that our club was going to close down for a long time. So me and my buddy, we're up in Wakefield and we've had a skinful, we've been and had a good night out, you know. And in those days, the pubs shut at 11 o'clock. They weren't open all the way through. Excuse me. So, we're walking up the precinct in Wakefield. And there was one of the large stores, clothing stores, it were closing down. And it had a big sign and it said closing down sale. So I looked at him and he looked at me and we laughed and I said, I can't remember which one of us said it, but one of us said, are you thinking what I'm thinking? So he said yeah. And I think my mate Dave either got on my shoulders or I got on his. I can't remember which way around it was. So it's a long time ago, you know. There's a lot happened since then. So we took this, and there were people walking past, you know, and we just right in the middle of Wakefield. Takes it down and rolls it up, and we're pitch black. You know, it were filthy. And we went and we chucked it in the back of a taxi and it took us to Working Men's Club place at Thorpe. So we got dropped off. Anyway, I said, how are we gonna, you know, put this up there? How are we gonna hang it up? So one of us came up with the bright idea of someone's washing line. Because it were one of these, it had the eyelet holes in, you see, so he headed off up, I can't forget where it was, Oakley Street or somewhere, and I just headed it back at one of the streets, and I found this washing line. Well, I didn't find it, it was in somebody's garden, you know, but we borrowed it, we borrowed this washing line. Threads it through. He climbed up onto top of, you know, building, that particular part of building, and I threw washing line up, and he then hoisted it up, tied it off up that end, and then we did the same at other end, and he hoisted it up. So there's this big draping sign all the way across front of Working Men's Club. It was huge, was this sign. This you know, like a canvas type, a plastic canvas type. Anyway, so it just finished tying it off and got down, and we just climbed over the wall at club, and police came round corner. So we're like, just started laughing and said, that was close, wasn't it? I said, yeah. Anyway, they had the Working Men's Club had phone calls from the local school. I believe it was the school that we used to go to. What are you going to do with your tables and chairs? There were another local club ringing them up. What are you doing with your snooker tables and your pool tables? Anyway, So it were all a big, it were a big thing that we'd done that. Anyway, so I'm coming back from Wakefield one time on bus, not too long after, only a day or two after, and I've seen one of my friends, bless her, she's no longer with us, and I'm sat with her and I'm telling her this, spinning this yarn about how we've done this and that they've had the phone calls and all the rest of it, and there's a guy sat over that way and he's laughing. And he keeps shaking his head and he's laughing. And he keeps looking over, and he's shaking his head and he's laughing. And he says to us, he said to me, he said, "It sounds like you had a lot of fun." I said, "Oh," I said, "it was hilarious." He said, "Ah, it certainly sounds it." And he's chuckling as he walks off at bus, So he gets off at bus and we were getting off that stop as well. So I'm stood talking to my friend Donovan at that time. Well, if this bloke didn't walk across the road and go into house that I'd borrowed this washing line from, you can't write it, can you? So, bloody hell, I couldn't do no but laugh. I thought it just gets better and better, does this? So, yeah, we were up to shenanigans. We were up to shenanigans in them days. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. But I mean, there were a lot of... we were buggers as well. We really were. It were a life. And I did a lot of things that we all did that we shake our heads at. I mean, when we all used to stick together, when, we're very territorial, just like your football matches in those days. In those days it was, there were a lot of that heavy stuff about, a lot of violence about, but, it was, we were a tribe, and we had fallouts within that tribe, but when others came from other surrounding areas, we stuck together, but we had to live that. I had to live that life to realise that it's love that matters above all else. It really is, it really is, it really is, it really is. There's things when I think back and I think, yeah, when living amongst wolves you've got to become one, and you do. But and it's a survival thing, it really is. But, as we get older, we learn, we should do. We look back and we see, and, if you're meant to, you'll evolve, won't you? You'll mature. But I can't see myself doing out like that these days. But never say never. Take care. Wanted to share that with you. Take care.